Welcome back, guys. This is Social Fire, and I'm here today with the EZA on Global currently for the Destined Rivals or Strength Super Saiyan 2 Majin Vegeta and AGL Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku. So I was actually really excited about this EZA because I had Super Saiyan 2 Goku rainbowed and my Strength Majin Vegeta has 2 dupes. So these guys are going to be really good now that I've completed this. I've got to say though, this EZA, it took some time. I usually try to have these up a little sooner, but it was kind of kicking my butt because I did not have an appropriate setup for this at all. But I got through it. So these are going to be clips from my playthrough here. Let's take a look at the EZA itself. So again, it's called Destined Rivals Saga. And the weakness is Super Saiyan 2. And then the type changes because you're going up against Super Saiyan 2 Goku at times, Majin Vegeta at times, and then both of them, which means double the supers sometimes. That part was not so much fun, but anyways, the first 1 through, I believe, 9 stages, you have the basic damage reduction of -40 and -45, and you'll pick up an AGL Kai at 5 along with Awakening Medals for both units. 10 through 14, SSR or lower can only cause 2 million or less in damage. And you'll also pick up a Strength Kai at 10, and then Awakening Medals for both units. Now starting at 15 through pretty much 31 plus, you have additional damage reduction of 70% against physical types. So you will see physical transforming Vegeta in here, and yes, he does have some damage reduction, but when he transforms, especially Super Saiyan 2, that did help out, and he was still a decent unit for this. At 15, you're going to pick up 2 AGL Kais and Awakening Medals for both units, 2 Strength Kais at 20, along with 4 Awakening Medals for both units. 25, you'll pick up 1 of each type of the Kais and Awakening Medals. And then 30, you're picking up 1 of each type of Kai and Awakening Medals. Everything after 31 plus is just Hercule statues, basically. Grinding for Zenny. I'm done though. I am not going past 31. Some EZAs I will try to go for a bit longer just to again grind up for Zenny or different rewards, but this one is one of the several EZAs I've ran into where I just don't have the lead. I did not pull either of the featured units on the recent Dokkan Fest banner, so I did not have a Super Saiyan 2 lead. So like I said, it was kind of a struggle toward the end. Basically what I did was mashed up some Pure Saiyans team and just tried to get through it. And I really had to pay attention to, because like I said, it changes back and forth who you're facing. So you start off facing Goku, and then when you get into level 6, it goes to Majin Vegeta. Level 11, you go back to Goku. Level 16, you go back to Vegeta. It alternates back and forth, and then 21 on, you're facing both of them. And I ran into quite a bit getting supered on, so yeah. This was not pretty by any means, but I got it done. So I wanted to go ahead and post it because I know the last EZA against Masu, I got stuck on the last one, just couldn't get through it. This one, I was stuck on the last stage and just trying, and I finally, RNG, everything was landing in my favor, and we finally got through it. So like I said, not pretty, but it's done. So if you don't have a perfect setup for Super Saiyan 2, you can get through it with other teams. Some of my choices, so I did include my AGL Super Saiyan 2 Goku. He's rainbowed, which I'm really excited about, and was a great unit for this. And I just awoken him along the way as I got medals, so he'd be a bit stronger there. And I brought along Blue Evolution Vegeta as my lead. So another thing I ran into, another issue I ran into with this was finding leads. So sometimes I would find a friend lead who was a Blue Evolution Vegeta. Sometimes I could find a physical transforming Vegeta, but it was kind of hit or miss who I was able to get. So I just took whatever I could get at the time. So you'll see it alternate back and forth. I have to be careful with Blue Evolution Vegeta. I love this unit, and those additional attacks were very useful, but he can be a bit squishy. So tried to keep him from taking too many attacks, or at least trying to keep him out of the way of super attacks. I also brought along my LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, who was great for this. Definitely a great option for this EZA. And I did bring along my LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I had to keep him from taking too much damage because, again, at times he doesn't tank the best. It depends, especially if he does an Ultra Super attack, that can lower his defense. So I had to be careful of the placement with him. but he does so much damage at times, and I have like 1 or 2 dupes in him now that that's pretty much why I brought him along. So Tech Majin Vegeta is here too, and not the future, this is the other Tech Majin Vegeta. And I know Jin was like, why'd you bring him? And I was like, for whatever reason, he was doing really well. He was tanking. I mean, he is Super Saiyan 2 and does have the type advantage for part of it, so that's the main reason he's there, because he actually did pretty well. I did try subbing out my LR Majin Vegeta, but it just wasn't having the same effect, so he was in it. It alternates a bit back and forth as I go through this, like I said, because, you know, I tried to switch. Early on, I tried to bring type advantage units for Goku and then switch to type advantage for Vegeta, because my Super Saiyan 2 category overall is just, I don't have the best setup. So I really couldn't include too many of that. My Tech Super Saiyan God Goku is 1 dupe away from being rainbowed, so he's a great unit as well, but I noticed he did take a bit more damage at times, so again, try to be careful with where he was, if at all possible. So I tried to tank it with my Tech Majin Vegeta and AGL Super Saiyan 2 Goku most of the time. And the rest of it, getting into the later phases, was pretty much just hoping the wrong units didn't take too much damage and tanking where I could. Like I said, it wasn't pretty, and it took some time. This one definitely took me longer to get up. I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to clear the last stage, but I did. It happened, so that's why we are here right now. Super Saiyan 2 category, though, I'm happy to see it on Global because there are a ton of great units in this. I mean, one day when I eventually get a solid lead for it, I'm really looking forward to running teams with that, but it's not happening right now. But overall, I wouldn't say this was the toughest EZA. I mean, it's definitely pretty, it's not the easiest. It took some time. I think the biggest issue I had was when they were both supering, especially in the same rotation. I ran into that quite a bit. As you can see here, Goku took a bit of damage. When he evades, it's really helpful, but Super Saiyan 4 Goku, when he got hit, still took some damage. So I ran into that, especially on the last stage. There were times where I was just getting nuked down like right away, and then other times if I could get through like the first rotation or two, started doing much better because you know, building up some defense with these other units. So that was the biggest struggle I had, was just getting through the first parts. And originally what I was trying to do was aim at attacks at that unit depending on type advantage, but I ended up just trying to burn one of them down and then burn the other down. That's really the only way I got through it. But anyway, Super Saiyan 2 categories, there's a ton of great units for this if you have them. Like the other Tech Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. I love transforming Majin Vegeta. I really wish I'd gotten him. He would be amazing for this because he also has the leader skill for this. You also have LR Majin Vegeta, who is a great option. He has type advantage. I just ran into key issues including him, so I didn't bring him, and then that was kind of causing some issues. Other units you can bring along, I mean, transforming Goku could be a good option. I don't have him, he'll never drop for me. We've discussed that in several summon videos because, like I said, he never drops, but he could be a good option, like physical Vegeta when they transform, which through the later stages is definitely possible because it's a bit tougher. You do get to see those transformations, those really come in handy. And even AGL Elder Gohan, he has Super Saiyan 2, I believe, category. He'd be an amazing option for this. He is a heavy hitter, one of the heavier hitters in the game. I don't have him either, so like I said, I ran into so many situations where I just did not have a good build for it, so this is my little mashup team that just happened to get me through it, thankfully. I mean, Strength Majin Vegeta, you could bring him along as well. I do have him. Didn't bring him because I was trying to bring an even balance. I mean, at least with this EZA, there's not like type disadvantages against everything. Like most EZAs, when you get into the later stages, it'll have 3 or 4 different types that have a disadvantage. This one's pretty much just physical. But physical Vegeta was still a good option because he transforms and does get the Super Saiyan 2 boost. You can see here LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku. doing some solid damage, so that's why he's here. I just didn't want him getting hit too much, because you see right there, took away like half my health bar when he got attacked, because that ultra super attack is amazing but will lower his defense. I mean, honestly, the star for me out of this whole thing was my AGL Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku. He's rainbowed, he's a great unit for this, and he really helped carry. I mean, he was able to tank pretty solid, even against the enemy Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku. And Blue Evolution Vegeta, those additional attacks really did help. They kind of helped me burn down the health bar a bit. I just had to keep him out of super attack way, because that's not pretty. You can see here, those additionals really did help. And he does have a type advantage against Majin Vegeta, so that is nice there, but he's still squishy. Tech Super Saiyan God Goku, I love using this unit. He was a great option, but he doesn't tank well, so that was another issue. But like I said, I really, at this point, it was just making the best of what I had. I feel like I run into that with a lot of these EZAs. I mean, I do have some units in there. I mean, Kaba is another one who you could bring along, but to really get the full effect of his passive, you're going to have to bring along other units from, what is it, Universe Survival Saga. So I didn't include him for that reason, but that is another option there. I mean, Super Saiyan 2 looks like a fun category to run. You have units like Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla and such, but it's just not my strongest category right now. Now getting toward the end here, like this is where I kept ending up. The majority of the day, this is where I was, right here. Majin Vegeta was like on his last legs, like very low, and then, you know, he would just super on the wrong unit. And you can see me trying to figure out here, like, where to put everybody. I figured my best bet was to just put Blue Evolution Vegeta in the middle, and I'm kind of thinking about it right here. But, you know, I thought this was going to be my best option. We didn't get a super attack for LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but that was fine. And so we did have a super right here, and I was so nervous. I was... Actually, it's funny because I have a notification pop up during the recording, because I had to record the last stage several times because I would get so close and it didn't happen, and I didn't really anticipate that. But we were able to finish him off, thankfully, right there. So I'm done with this EZA. I think I'm ranked like 6th among my friends, and that's fine with me. This was pretty tough for me. I don't have a great setup for it, but I was happy just to get through it. So if you don't have a good Super Saiyan 2 team setup, you can definitely do this. With a Pure Saiyans team, it may take some time. I died many times, many times on the last stage, and it took, it was a struggle. We got through it, so that's the important part here, really. I would love to see your team builds in the comments, though, especially if you are like me and don't have a solid Super Saiyan 2 setup. I would love to see what you guys use to get through it. It might help someone else as well, but just wanted to show you guys, again, some highlights from my run here. We're going to wrap it up. Definitely looking forward to the next EZA that drops on Global. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video. I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.